Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canada Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canada Inn's. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadainns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon and Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project, all delivered right to your door. McMahon and Yates, make it better.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles Reward Miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, McMahon and Yates. Make it better.
Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, that's real good. New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without broom caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. The kids and even adults, they didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw. The Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice. or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba Sports Ticket Raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for 10, 10 for 25, or 40 for 50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MBCurlMuseum. Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling. Today's sponsor,
Welcome to the 2025 Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Women's Provincial Championships being held here at the Brandon Curling Club. This is Sean Taylor with my co-host Resby Coots today, and we are just watching the first few rocks coming down for the game between Caris Buchalter and Caitlin McPherson.
Curl. Hard aim right to it. Hard aim. Good.
Nice. Beautiful.
Both are like 13-3, so.
There.
It's like a 14-5. 14-2.
What do you like? Bob.
No, I like the draw.
Name is going in.
Okay, good right here.
My phone.
Line's close. Close. Always curl. Curl. Yep. Gotta curl. Yep. Yep.
Have we got Resby anywhere?
Right up. You got it. Right up. Right up.
I don't hear him.
Go. Yep. 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 Go. 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 Okay. Okay.
There's a nice shot there. Show him that.
Brother, my bad. I thought that was supposed to be control. Sorry. Sorry.
We're down to second rocks here. And a nice little hit and roll over to the side in behind the very short guard that's there. We have Caris now asking for a straight run back. Hopefully trying to stick the rock and leave hers in behind cover as well. Didn't quite get the movement that I think she was expecting. Ended up picking out that the red guard, or the yellow guard, pardon me, which leaves one McPherson rock in the house, which will now try to split the rings. She's having her third Julie Magnuson. Attempting to come behind that long red guard.
I'm going to jump in here, Sean, if you can hear me.
There we
My microphone has been dead for some reason, but you and the folks around the Brandon Curling Club know you can't shut me up just by turning off my microphone.
That's right. It doesn't usually last very long, so glad to hear you back, Ersby.
Not sure what went wrong, but we got that. One of the comments that I made when you couldn't hear me, Sean, one of the reasons to be excited about this game is this is a rematch of the U18 Manitoba final that was played, let's say just about a month ago in Morden, and in that game, the McPherson team was a 9-5 winner. But it's also the rubber match in a 3-game set because they had played a round-robin game, and in that game, the Buchalter team was the winner, 6-5 in an extra end. So their third game in Manitoba championship play, and so they learned a little bit about each other's game in the games in Morden, and so we'll see how it goes in the third.
Well, that just adds one more level of interesting to this game.
It really does. It really does. They both went to the Nationals. McPherson as Manitoba 1 and Buchalter as Manitoba 2. They both finished 3-3 in the round robin. They both advanced to the playoffs. The McPherson team won one game in playoffs, so she got that one minor step further. But basically, we're talking about two equal teams, and I've been looking forward to this game.
You betcha. When you want to play on a televised game, and as commentators and spectators, when you're watching and talking about a game like this on TV, you definitely want to have one like this that can shape up right off the bat to be quite the battle.
We can draw, or you can just hit. I don't mind the freeze.
So a couple of red rocks behind the guard, but both behind the tee line. I think the draw freeze is the call, isn't it, Sean?
I like the call. Yeah, definitely. There's a little bit of a pocket that sits in there. If you can sneak one in there and sit, you got a chance of scoring. It makes it awful tough to get it out.
Hard line. Where? Hard, right to it. Gotta move. Hard curl. Right to it. Curl. Where? Line's fine.
Line looks pretty good, and weight looks pretty much bang on. So.
Real nice shot. They got out a lot of trouble with that beautiful little freeze draw.
You can betcha. That just kind of takes all the other red rocks at this point out of play, and makes it tough to move now, because if you're going to get that out of there, it's going to take you at least a couple of shots. So. And there's been, from what I've seen so far, Resby, there's been some pretty good movement in the ice, so it allows these teams to play those kind of shots and those come-around shots, and gives them lots of room to finish rocks, which is nice.
We earlier today, I had the privilege of working with Barry Rabe on the young men's game between Freeman and Norris, an outstanding curling game that went an extra end, and they certainly were able to make things happen with the brushes, as well as the ice was conducive. And then I know you worked the game this afternoon with Barry. So
I did.
Between the two of us, I assume we got Barry shaped up.
Yeah, we did. We did. So much so he had to go home, have a rest. So we got him good.
Well, this is Skip Caitlin McPherson's first stone. The sweepers are Georgia Buer and Robin Bichelle. Julie Magnuson holds the broom for the Gimli team.
She comes up maybe a little bit shorter than she wanted to, but the rock is in a very usable position, so
Okay. Be careful, just gonna play this side. Yeah, I know. Probably will stay straight though. Okay.
Play the outside, as you heard her say, they have not played the outside, but we assume that they would have thrown a rock or two at least in the practice session, so they'll have some idea that it'll run reasonably straight down there, not quite the curl that they had on that draw from the center line.
Right. You know, and weight rise, it gives her lots of room that she can come in if she can put another one just kind of on top of her yellow rock, or even corner to the red rock that's there. Puts those two rocks of hers in a really good position.
Terrace Balkhalter is the skip. Ainsley Card holds the broom. Amy Buckhalter at the second. Eva Lahege is the lead. Just nicely, but no, she rubbed.
Just comes down nice, sits right there.
Beauty. Absolute
really nice
beauty.
shot. So now there's some thinking what to do on this next shot. So Caitlin's got to try and somehow get her rock in position. She's got really, I think, a couple of options that I see her as being. One, probably the easiest, is just to draw, following Karis down, and the other one is a potential tap on that one sitting top 12. This by far is going to be the easiest shot.
I would think. I mean, the third option, of course, is just the pure draw around the red stone to the button, but that would be a bold call early in the game.
It would, yes.
So she will try to follow the Buckhalter shot. She gets to the yellow and taps. She might tap one back out of the four if she gets right to the nose of it.
That's right.
She can be shot stone. Slightly different line because we have a right-hander following a left-hander.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like as long as they get it by that guard, I'm not sure they're going to. Oh, they did too.
It's just I thought that the Buckhalter team had rubbed. I thought that one rubbed too, but it didn't. And
that's a great shot.
It's a fantastic shot. Hard to say whether it's shot stone or not, but it frankly doesn't matter. It is a spectacular shot in that situation.
Yeah.
She couldn't afford to give up three in the first stand. Well, if you're giving up three, first stand is the best time to do it, of course. But
that's right, because you got more time. But
we've got lots of time. But
there's never. I've been around the curling world a lot. There's never really a good time to give up three, Resby.
Exactly. No, exactly. The four up coming home is a great time to give up three.
Yeah, that one's okay. Yeah.
But no. Seriously, what that tells me about the young lady who just threw that rock is she's prepared to rise to the occasion, because after that spectacular shot by Buckhalter, it could be really easy just to not quite make the shot. And,
right.
And very impressed that she made such a quality shot. And now forces the Buckhalter team to make that pure draw.
That's right. So this is a draw for two. They yelled on that pretty quick. It is starting to move, but it looks like they might still have enough room if they've got the weight.
They are going to rub, and so are you convinced that's a yellow?
I'm convinced it's a yellow. We'll see if the girls agree.
Well, it is the length of the ice from where you're sitting, and I think we're going to ask the official to measure that.
Okay. So, now we'll get an official eye on it. There's it.
So, Sean, it looks pretty obvious now from that camera angle that it is yellow.
It does, yeah.
But we're going to delay long enough for people to read all the advertising on that sheet of ice and acknowledge your very much appreciated role in the Brandon curling community as a sponsor as well as volunteer. You do a tremendous amount, and I'll express to you the appreciation of the entire curling world for what you do, including being here tonight to bring your insights.
Well, thanks, Resby. It's I've been involved in curling an awful lot. It's just nice to be able to give back to the curling world. And I've been involved in a lot of different events, a lot of events with you as well. And going back a number of years. So it is, and yes, I do get a little bit of sponsorship out of this one, but or advertising, but again, it's all part of giving back to the leagues and to the club and to curling in general in Westman.
Well, we didn't really officially learn from official Debbie Schween, who should have kicked one of those rocks out. But we're going to assume it's a yellow, and we're going to go to the break. It was a yellow. We'll come back for the second end from Brandon in just a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
A single point on the board in our feature game tonight from Brandon, the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Curling Championships. Two wonderful draws by the two skips. Karis Buchalter makes a bold move to play an outside-in draw and makes a wonderful draw behind cover to lie two, and then Caitlin McPherson, the skip from Gimli, matches it coming in and to lie second shot in the end. That was the result. The Buchalter team just a little short with their last rock attempt draw to the forefoot. So the Buchalter team scoring one puts one in the edge of the forefoot. A corner guard that I'm sure was not a called corner guard. I wasn't watching closely enough, but it's a wonderful opportunity for Buchalter to go around a corner guard.
That's right. This one seems to be hanging a little bit more than they expected. Resby not quite getting the curl. They're going to end up kind of bunching two of them together here, right in the middle of the ice.
Well, in a couple of games yesterday and one this morning, I my observation would be if there is a trick in this ice, it is in that out turn side down sort of the middle of the forefoot, edge of the forefoot on the out turn side coming to the home end. So
yeah, and if you happen to set it with your release at all, it really just doesn't get a chance to come back. So just while we're watching George's Rock come down the ice here, just do kind of a quick update. And the game's over on sheet A. We've got Stewart versus Van Rysel. Looks like Van Rysel took 2 in the first end. On the next sheet, Dundas and Hayward. Hayward picked up 2 in the first end. And the game, Ellen versus Buchalter. Ellen actually snuck away with a 4-ender on the first end, so she leads there for nothing. And on the Brown and Sutton game, or pardon me, Brown and Patton game, Patton picked up 1 in the first end.
And that is Riley Buchalter, sister to Karis. The Cassidy Dundas Shayla Hayward game is the A-side qualifier game in the triple knockout. Those are the top 2 seeds. Dundas was seed number 1, Hayward number 2. Hayward actually, she and her third, Kira Cron, part of the defending champion team. So that's a game to watch. We'll keep our eye on that.
I betcha.
At least out the corner.
Yep.
So 3 yellow stones clustered in the middle, and the out-turn hit. Try to remove a couple.
Starting to move. They're hoping to get kind of the hit and maybe roll in behind a little bit, but I think they're going to catch the nose of this one and make the double, but still sit kind of out in the open.
Even that's okay. You got it.
So looking for just a quiet weight hit, just to come across the face of that rock, hopefully position themselves at least partially buried behind the 2 corner guards.
This is second Amy Buchalter's shot. No roll, sits wide open.
Still leaves a bit of room there, Resby, for McPherson to try and come down and again still try to catch that little bit of an inside roll just to see if they can set up a second point for this end. This one doesn't look too bad unless it pulls a little too far, which looks like it did, and going to roll just outside.
No spin back, so one shot rock in the rings, and Buchalter says that they'll try to go around those corners. A cautious call, more aimed at forcing the McPherson team to score 1 with last rock than a real attempt to score.
I think so, yeah. I think she wants to just kind of stay out top a little bit. A little concerned maybe about trying it and coming in a little too deep and allowing McPherson the opportunity to come down and freeze to it. So that's why when you heard her throw the rock, she says air on, short's better than too deep. And that's actually a really good shot there because it does block off coming back around behind those guards, and is still kind of open enough if they have to do something and bump it later on. So.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I like that.
But it does create the opportunity for the McPherson team, third Julie Magnuson, to play a hit and roll under. It should be fully in the 8 foot, fully buried.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Whoa. Go that way. Go that. Whoa. Yep.
It's going to roll the other way.
Roll the opposite way.
I think we should mention, Sean, to our listeners that we're not sitting in the middle of a party, but we're kind of on the edge of it with the positioning on sheet 7 and in the broadcast area upstairs in the lounge of the Brandon Curling Club.
Right.
The soundproof barrier is not working tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty wide open here, Resby, and sometimes you can get noise from the stands and the fans that are there, and for most part it's not bad. Where it really gets interesting is when you get about a half a dozen little kids that are up here and running around.
But the one thing it does bring in is the applause of the fans when they see a good shot. And,
for sure.
You're not 100% sure it's which sheet it's on some of the time. So if it seems inappropriately timed, just assume they're watching a different sheet.
That's right.
But that wide open miss by the Buckhalter team gives the McPherson team the opportunity to try to bury a rock.
It may be tucked a little bit of a corner, but I think it's still pretty accessible with the way things are moving there.
Definitely accessible, but the roll under the guards is not there, and that's probably the most important thing.
That's right. Because even if she does catch that there, she's gonna, chances are, might roll out just a little bit, which would then give McPherson a chance to roll right underneath again. But
Let's go for that, because even that's okay. Okay. Feel like inside out? No. To edge. Okay. You got it. Probably gonna fall here.
And the idea I think that Karis will be trying to do here is just to roll over closer to the McPherson rock, so that maybe she's got an opportunity to spill 2 with her next one. So.
It's probably gonna fall here.
Rolling under that red one, not real productive because it would be so close that it would just be an almost automatic bump to remove it.
Definitely. Yeah. I think she'll want to try and get as close as she can, and then hope for a nose hit that leaves her a double of some kind.
First of stepped stones for Karis Buckhalter of West St. Paul. Going to get on the outside and roll out.
Yeah, it's over there. You want farther out the better. Yeah, you want, I know. Yeah, but that's why you gotta
So now Caitlin's just going to try and split the house. Still wants to make sure that she's in there for second shot, and leave it in a position where there is no double. And this will kind of help try to ensure that she's at least got a shot at scoring 2 this end.
Okay, just put it back. Just put it back.
Doesn't have to bite the 8 foot, but needs to be reasonably close to the 8 foot. So,
yep.
She can't do the roll that she was trying to do that one. Second. Yeah.
Even if it ends up, even with her other red rock, then that takes away both a double opportunity and takes away kind of any other kind of hit and roll in behind. So.
First stone of the end for Caitlin McPherson, skip of the Gimli team.
Take a look.
Looks like they might have to go hard on this, Resby. Not sure they're going to quite get it to the rings. Girls worked hard on that, but unfortunately came up short.
And that's the Buckhalter team off the hook. They have the opportunity now to hit to lie a pair.
And that will then, force McPherson team to come in and take one. So a good force without the hammer.
I think in retrospect, the McPherson team might wonder if they should have played to their own rock. Maybe if they tap it back, so be it. But if they leave it short as they did, they have it guarded.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back is always perfect, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Straight! Whoa! Whoa! Yes! No! Whoa! Go! Yes! Yep.
A little more excitement probably than was necessary on that one. It seems like it was going to be made from the hand, but they were making sure of the sweep call.
Yeah, and it's got to be fairly close when they're calling both sides of it all at the same time. Yes, no, yes, no.
So this is Caitlin McPherson's last shot of the end, and it is in this little out spot that has proven to be a bit tricky, so needs to be a little cautious to get to the nose of this.
And if she's got just kind of, nice control type of weight, that'll help a bit too. The girls so far, we haven't seen them really overthrow anything, so. There's that spot they were worrying about, Resby. Same thing, it seems to be backing up a bit, and I think she's going to roll out and leave a steal of one.
Steal of one, so it is 2-0. Buckhalter of West St. Paul over McPherson of Gimli, and that's after 2. We'll be back with the third end of our game from Brandon in just a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults, they didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without Broom Caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
Back in the Brandon Curling Club, the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Curling Championship, a game between Karis Buckhalter of West St. Paul and Caitlin McPherson of Gimli, a rematch of the Manitoba U18 final game, a game that was won by the McPherson team, but they currently trail by 2 after a force of 1 on the opening end, but now a hit and roll out on the second to give up a steal of 1. First rock by the Buckhalter team right dead in the center of the rings.
You'll see the McPherson team now trying to generate something by throwing up a guard out in the wings here somewhere.
Going lots.
Yeah, sliding a little bit, like tight.
And there's a good shot, Resby. When you're looking at those corner guards, typically it's not one that you want to try and guard something in the 12-foot. Most of them are trying to guard either just inside the 8-foot or the kind of edge of 8-foot, edge of 12-foot. If they get those guards out too far, to be honest with you, in most cases they're almost useless because you never ever get to really play around them, and they're hard to roll behind. So a good positioning with that red rock that they just threw.
Both on the lateral and the vertical, and that it's just what 4 or 5 feet out in front. Much further out than that is also not that much use. So
that's right.
So this guard or this draw attempt around that guard does slide through. And she'll try to take immediate advantage of her guard.
Right. Just going to ignore that one in the center. It's not hurting them right now. It's early in the end. So they'll attempt to try and get this one tucked in behind the guard that they just threw.
This is Georgia Brewer,
Georgia,
the lead.
Robin's rock for right now. Coming down. Going lots.
From here, her weight doesn't look too bad, Risby. It's and movement on this will be fairly late, so.
Curl. Curl. Gotta go. Yep. Curl. Hard. Gotta go. Yep. Throw. Nice shot.
It's there. It didn't finish quite as much as I thought it would. I thought once it got to the top of the house, the weight looked pretty good. I thought maybe it would finish just a little bit harder than that.
Still, it is tucked in half under.
Yep. So still in a good position.
A little bit of long distance consultation about whether to play a guard or to play in onto the red.
And that's good. That's something that is nice to see with these young teams like this, is the communication back and forth with them. Everybody gets a little bit of input. So gonna catch it. I don't think she's gonna stick around with this one, but kind of did the trick. I think you'll still see Caitlin go back and ask Robin to come in and tuck it in behind there again. They'll see if they can get it in a little bit tighter.
Learned a little bit about the ice from the first shot.
Mm-hmm.
Hair tight.
Close. Hair down, maybe.
Where? Gotta go. If you're tight, gotta go.
Even though they're a little bit tight on this one, look like a little bit more rotation on this one, which is going to let it run a little straighter, and you'll see that we didn't get the movement that Georgia had on hers.
Okay.
Does come to rest way in the back there. You mentioned the up and down the ice communication, and I really like it too. I like the communications I'm hearing from most of these teams most of the time. I like. I've even come around to liking the skip calling down the ice. What do you think? I'm still not comfortable with the what do you want. If you know what I mean. I like the skip to be making the decision. I don't mind asking for input.
That's right.
But it's that what do you want to play tells me the skip isn't maybe quite ready to be the skip. What do you think is the skip asking for input before they make a decision?
Yeah. No, and I agree. And sometimes you'll notice that when they say, "Oh, what do you want to play?" it tells me that they're either not comfortable with it yet, or not comfortable even kind of with the ice and haven't picked up on it yet.
Sure.
So I'm with you. I like to see someone that's confident out there and know, but just say, oh, what do you think? We got this opportunity, or we got this opportunity, and what do you guys think? Which one should we go with?
So they're going to make the draw attempt again.
Tight. Yep. Gotta go then.
Knowing that really that rock at the back of the rings is not a real factor in the end at this stage. The one in the center sooner or later has to be played.
Yeah. Now, if she's got the weight, the line looks great on this, Risby. It's just a matter of whether she's got the weight. And if she can at least get there to out-count the back one, but I don't think she did, and she came up short. So let's just take a look, see what we've got over here, Resby. We've got over on the Stewart and Van Rysel score, second end, Brown took 3. And that's all I see so far. They're still playing the third end. They are now up 3-1.
And back here on sheet 7, we've got a second yellow rock in the forfeit. So now we're playing a bit of a tap.
Oh my goodness. That's going to make her next shot a little bit tougher, because especially if this guard goes up where Karis wants to put it.
Okay, let's bring it down a bit. Like top 12. Yeah.
Not sure what went wrong on that.
I don't know. I looked at the. I don't know whether there was something with the release, but I know the rock was really off path and off target right after she let it go. Now the girls didn't say anything about it catching anything, so.
Guard attempt has to be into the top of the rings and as close as possible to the center line. Second of third stones to come, so facing 4, to me, you've got to hit the one on the center line.
Right. And Coach Sean Magnuson has, I think he called a timeout. Just to come out, just to talk about kind of those options and what they were thinking about. When you look from this end, because this is at, the rocks are at the far end from us here, and it looks like, well, why don't we just play that double in the middle and kind of sit there? But if you actually get to see the overhead shot, it's a pretty skinny double to try and replace those two and still stick around. So I think they've decided to go up now and just run that first one straight back. They might even
Well, she got the roll, but way more of a roll than she wanted. Needed to get more to the nose of that red stone.
And that opens up the 2 yellows at the back. There's an opportunity there for the hit and roll in behind the red guards, and to kind of probably make the double in the back of the house as well.
I think this is a case where if you get the double, great, but your shot is the hit and roll under the guard. And,
exactly. I was just going to say the same thing.
Fine.
Yeah, that's kind of immaterial at this point. The idea would be to hide the shooter off of the roll.
Yeah, like 11. We'll try and get to the inside of it.
So it's the first shot of this third end for Caitlin McPherson. She'll play that out turn just a little across the nose of that Yellowstone in the forfeit, try to roll under the guards.
Ooh. Looks like that one's gone all of a sudden.
Just a bit of a soft release and underweight as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I don't think she was that light. I was like, she's
Yeah.
down, but she's not.
Yeah. I like that.
Suggested must have grabbed something, and she said she wasn't that late.
Yeah. Again, there was big movement right off the start. So,
but a huge break for the Buckhalter team and opportunity to put one in the top of the rings, guarding the shot stone. Lie 4.
So now as Kara's getting ready to throw her rock, that A qualifier game that we've trying to keep an eye on. They finally put up a couple of scores for us, and there was a blank that looks like Dundas blanked the second end, and then Hayward came back and stole another one in the third end. So Hayward leads Dundas there 3-0.
Slides a little deeper in the rings than Karis Buckhalter would have wanted.
But in a good position, it shrinks the scoring zone a little bit. You have to make sure that, regardless, for 1 point, Gatelin has to come down and just hit full 4, bite the button.
Yeah. I got 15-3 on hers, so.
And sometimes, Resby, just the fact that there's 4 opposition rocks sitting in there plays a little bit on the mind as well. But for these girls that have obviously played in some, big games and some provincial competitions and whatnot, should not be a problem.
You use the word routine draw to the 4-foot, but facing 4, not necessarily.
It's not always
perfectly routine.
That's right.
Yep, gotta go.
But it looks like they've done a nice job.
Looks very well.
Put the sweep to it to put it fully in the 4-foot circle, and a little extra sweep to try to get it to the button. Is it going to count?
Ooh. Must be.
It would appear to be a single point, so it is Buckhalter 2-1 over McPherson after 3. We'll have the 4th end from Brandon after this break.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon and Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project. All delivered right to your door. McMahon and Yates. Make it better.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice. And pizza choice. And salad choice. And so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Back in the Brandon Curling Club, the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Championship. B-side game in the triple knockout women's division. Caitlin McPherson, Karis Buchhalter. A simple shot, and yet a lot of pressure on it as Caitlin McPherson draws to the 4-foot, facing 4 to put a single point on the board after giving up the steal of 1 in the second end. 2-1 Buchhalter over McPherson. The McPherson attempted center guard came to rest about a foot off the center, almost what they call a corner guard these days, but the Buchhalter team did rub it and roll dead to the center of the rings.
Yep. Leaves an opportunity now just to get a little bit of an inside hit and roll. The hit and roll will still leave them above the tee line, so that's a good thing.
Yep. 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 Gotta go. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Yep.
Hard, gotta go.
Yep. Gotta go.
She is going to rub her own guard out of play. So Buchhalter will just simply try to split the rings, and if she can maintain a split rings for the end, a 2 is a pretty simple score.
As long as everything goes to plan.
We're out. Top 12. Top 12. Top 12. Line's good. Make sure.
And we've curled long enough, Sean, that we know it rarely does.
You're right.
Really exciting. Easy. Top 8. It has to stay.
They didn't get as much movement out of this as they were hoping. They wanted it a little bit further out. It sits in close, gives them an opportunity to maybe try the double on this. At very least, they could hit and roll just on top of it. And that would have been the benefit of having that rock out in kind of in the 12-foot area.
Yep.
So an out-turn hit at the 1 in the 8-foot.
I don't think so. Her wrist. You can there's nothing.
The discussion about there must have been something under it and a very quiet reference to a wrist. I'm not sure what the reference was, but I can guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking. When you and I were curling Resby, they would have been sending us to see if we needed a cast.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what the reference the girls were making, thinking maybe she got it going a little bit more than she needed to.
Back 8. Okay, straight. Straight. Back 4. Straight. Hard straight. Try to bump this. Really dying. Yeah, hard then.
Coming to the center
Okay, easy.
with a draw, which will be a draw tap.
Or do you like normal? Okay.
Sounds like they're going with control weight. Just a nice control weight hit on the nose should do the trick to remove those 2 rocks.
Whoa. It's good. Whoa.
Again, we caution that this is the out-turn spot that's been a challenge. And that can work on your mind too if you're thinking about it. Maybe you end up turning it a bit to execute against it, but no, she's done a wonderful job of removing one and moving the other one out of the 4-foot.
That's right. And the challenge here still for the McPherson team is trying to get a rock into position somewhere so that it makes it tougher to get out, and they're not always looking at 3 every time. So they have to try and limit the scores.
Nose hit probably the best possible result there.
Right.
Like control or normal? Nice throw.
But you're quite right, Sean. The McPherson team has been facing a lot of yellow rocks on virtually every end. Caitlin made a wonderful draw against the 4 and the 3rd, but you can't count on your skip to do that every time.
That's right.
Or at least you shouldn't. You want to.
Gotta go. Yep, gotta go. Yep.
Well, it's nice if you can, that's for sure.
So we remove one and roll over. It will sit as second shot stone.
And now with this one, when if Buchalter comes down and hits this one on the nose, that makes it very, very tough to try and get a double of any kind now. And at some point here, McPherson's got to try and get in a position where they can limit the multiple end and hopefully give up, 2. That will help.
That helps a little.
That will help.
Roll out.
Yeah. There is still a shot here for double, and I think could still stick around in the edge of the house. Which is what Caitlin's kind of eyeing up. Her first thought looked like maybe hit that top one and try to roll over in front, hopefully get a jam out of the Buchalter team.
Well, the angle is such, if they make the double, great. If they don't make the double, they may hang around anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But just rubs and gets one, leaving Buchalter the opportunity to go wide and split the rings.
Looks like she read out of your playbook, Resby. That's exactly what she's doing.
Third Ainsley card. Her second stone here in the 4th.
Top 12. Hard! Get it there! Hard! Take a look. Whoa.
It looks like her weight's not bad.
Slide to about the tee, a little deep of the tee. In fact, quite a bit.
Now comes the decision: do you still make a hit, or do you try just to freeze one of these to get out of the end here? If you hit, at least you're fairly confident you're not going to give up more than 2. If you try to freeze, don't quite make it, you could give back into that, looking at 3 rocks again. But so I don't mind this shot at all.
No, she wants to roll back toward the center. She can't in any realistic assessment think about a double, but she can roll over to sit and try to get them grouped together for her next shot.
Exactly.
Hard, yep, good goal. Hard, yep. Hard, good goal.
That looks pretty good.
Excellent, excellent. The nose hit now puts them in a position where you can think about hitting and rolling over it on top of the other one at least.
So just really clean. Like, we can't
Yeah.
drop it.
Chris may want to try and roll just a little bit outward, but I don't think she'd be too unhappy with the nose hit here.
The left-hander's in turn, her first of this end.
Clean, whoa! Oh my. No! No! Sorry, that pulled it out.
That's actually not a bad spot for Risby.
It's actually a really good result. There is no if she had, as I said, hit it right on the nose, hit and roll over on top of the other one was not a real difficult shot. There is no way now of doing anything but getting rid of a point and leaving, at worst, an open hit for the opposition to score two.
That's right.
Have to be a little cautious. Just keep in mind that they've been guilty of underthrowing a couple of these and cutting across the face.
They'll definitely want to try and stay for shot rock so that it's not just a simple wide open draw. Ooh. They called yes fairly quickly on that, but I don't think it looks too bad, Risby.
No, we didn't see the panic sweep that we sometimes have seen, so, but it still does not end up as shot stone, and so there is the draw 4-2.
Just gotta bite the 8-foot. I don't think we need to hit. Yeah, I like the draw here. We have backing. Nice and easy.
As Karis
thinking
gets ready to throw, I mentioned it kind of our last draw that we played too. It's sure nice to see the Co-ops of Manitoba step up and take on the sponsorship for this U21 Junior Provincials.
It really is. It's every sponsor is much appreciated, and each does a sponsorship for their own reasons, but the co-ops, being the kind of organization they are, a group of individual corporations spread around the province, working together, which is, of course, basically their motto, isn't it?
That's right.
But the groups from across the province working together to sponsor this, it's to be hoped that that they're happy with the result at the end of the week and are thinking about this as a long-term kind of thing, because I know it's a very much appreciated sponsorship.
For sure.
She does put that draw right in the rings. Deuce on the board for the Buckalter team, 4-1 after 4. We'll be back with the fifth end from Brandon in just a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, that's real good.
Back in Brandon, the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Curling Championships, a B-side game in the Junior Women's Triple Knockout competition. And it is the Buckalter team from West St. Paul leading 4-1 after 4, following the draw for a second point by Skip Karis, Buckalter. And then they throw their first rock, an attempted center guard, just a few inches off center, short of the rings.
Come around
Person
to temp
tries
here.
to go around. Yep.
Yep. Not quite, but gets a part of it, partial buried.
The lead is Eva Lahege.
Whoa. Mom. Close. Weights up. Whoa. Close. Close. Curl. Curl. Gotta curl. Curl for anything.
Going hard trying to make this work to get a piece of it. She is going to just catch a piece of it. Hopefully just enough to catch it out of the house, but I don't think she's going to. It's going to stick around out on the wings.
Just a little bit more weight than Skip Karras-Buchalter was expecting.
Yeah, and it just held it that little bit straighter down that centerpiece of the ice, and we now see McPherson trying to come around again. They're going to try and see if they can get one buried even a little better than the last one was.
Just need a couple of shots like that when it rubs but doesn't remove the rock from play. And they get back in the game.
Gotta go. Yep, curl, gotta go. Gotta go. Yep, gotta go. Hard, right up, right up, right up, right up, right up. Gotta go, gotta go. Go, 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 go. Nice.
This one a little bit deeper and does bury. It's, to me, it looks like it's probably 2/3 buried, 3/4 maybe.
Enough that brings them to playing a draw to the stone rather than trying to move it.
Really tight.
Second to Amy Buchalter.
Yeah, line, hard. Straight, straight, whoa, whoa. Straight, top 4, straight, whoa. Stop. T-line. Stop. Curl. Hard curl.
Gonna bump it a little bit, just enough to push it back outside or out the other side. Still 2 red rocks on what's our left-hand side of the sheet. So now you're gonna see,
Or you like that way?
Caitlin come in.
No, I like this. Okay.
Yeah, I think her first call was probably what she should have, which was hit it and roll to the outside rather than getting in there and grouping her rocks. Just simply because if she did that hit and roll inside, she's actually going to be right at or even just behind the tee line, which would give Chris a time, opportunity to get out. So I like the call here about trying to roll outside.
As do I. I think sometimes we're guilty of trying to score too many points at once and rolling and staying to the outside, getting the rings split is a way of trying to make 2 a certainty. And if you get more than 2, that's great. But they need to score a pair here.
Exactly.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard! Any roll! Go! Go, go, go!
So just hits it, doesn't get the roll they were hoping for, but does roll a little bit more towards the center line. You're going to see Caitlin now come down and try to get more of an outside roll than what she had on the previous shot.
I think she'd like to get out even as far as out to the 12-foot.
Yeah, that would be ideal. For sure, edge 8, 12-foot, be perfect.
Yep, roll. Whoa, 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 please. Whoa, whoa. Yep, yep.
This is third Julie Magnuson, her first on this end. She's going to get the hit. Is she going to roll too far? Yes, she is.
A little too far.
Do you have time on that one?
So some of the other games, Resby, we're getting into the 5th end break. And the Stuart Van Rysel game over there, it looks like Van Rysel had picked up 3 in the fourth end to go up the 5-1. And Stuart picked up 2 in the fifth, so that game is now at 5-3 Van Rysel. That was a great shot.
I don't know why she's freaking out.
But sometimes you wonder, are they looking at the same shot? You know, when one's yelling yes, the other was yelling no, and you know it's either very, very close.
I like that way.
Another one of the games that's just in the fifth end break over there is the Ellen and Buchalter game, and it is now 6-5 for Ellen. They had picked up 2 in the fourth end to go up 6-3, and the Buchalter picked up 2 in the fifth end. So that game is at 6-5 for Ellen.
You have edge on edge, right? What? Like you have this? Yeah, I have like yeah, control. 2 inches in between. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Yes! Yes! Hard! Whoa! Hard! Whoa! Hard! Whoa! Good. Do you like
Again, we saw Ainsley and Karis have a little different view on those ones. But the shot was made. I think they were hoping for a little bit more of a roll, but nothing wrong with where that rock ended up at all.
That's good.
That rolls over. Did jam on their own rock over there, but now it kind of changes the positioning over there, where now McPherson is slaying one over in that corner of the house.
I'm rolling out. I mean, it's tough. Okay.
Well, they're having a little chat over there. We'll see which other games are over in the fifth end. The Brown and Patton game, just to kind of backtrack a little bit, they had picked up 3 in the fourth end to go up 6-2, and then Patton picked up 1 in the fifth, so that game is 6-3 Brown over Patton after 5 ends. And the other game, the A-side final that we've been watching, it looks like Dundas picked up 1 in 5. So that game is right now Hayward 3-2 after the fifth end.
Control, right? Yeah. Okay, I think that's close. Okay. Yes! Yep. Yes! Whoa! Yes! Yep! Yes! Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Yes! Whoa! Yes! Easy! Yes! Nice.
Nice little pick on the red rock. She does roll all the way out, but again,
Good control, guys.
Buchalter's now laying one still just on the corner. You can see McPherson try to come down, hide a rock again behind that center guard that's been sitting there pretty much all end. So Caitlin McPherson coming down with her first rock, trying to hide it behind a center guard. Weight looks pretty good. It's just a matter of whether she gets by that guard or not. Looks like she's going to rub. She's going to spin, but I don't think she's going to spin into the rings. So that still leaves Karis Becolter with one rock out in the corner.
No, I'm just thinking because if you do that there, like, that's a really easy split. Does it draw, or do you like just putting and rolling? I mean, I know both. That's just the draw. Like here? Okay.
And for those of you watching, if you happen to, I was just trying to let you listen to the skip and the coach talk about what shot they should play. Either one is actually a good shot. The nice thing that I heard is when he said, well, which one do you want? And she goes, I know either one. So that's a sign that there's some good confidence there that she's okay with either the draw or the hit. And if she tucks this one in behind her guard, then that potential split that she was talking about just isn't there, because then Caitlin is going to have to chase the shot rock.
Final stone of the end for
We're inside, yeah!
Amy, Karis Becolter.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Yes! Hard line! Hard! Everything! Hard! Hard!
And she's going to be on the center guard. Just a little bit light with the weight. I think her line probably would have been okay, Resby, if she had the T-line weight that she was hoping for.
Yeah, I think you're right. And now the question is, does the person team have the audacity to play this little rub and roll? It's the right call. If you don't get the rub, you still tap it in for one.
That's right.
And maybe you get the rub and roll. So it's the right thing to play.
Definitely, I think it's there.
Yeah, just like a heavy draw. Because then you still want to stick around, right? Like if you were to go past it. I mean, both of them. Yeah, but if you want.
And you don't have to overthrow it, because really, if you look at the yellow rock over at the corner of the sheet, you don't have to move it all that far to get onto the rings. So I think even T-line weight at these ones, with where it's situated, is probably enough to split them both on for shot rock and the second point.
Because we're able to get to this side of the rock.
She wants to curl to the center line side of this rock, bump the red in, roll in.
Yep. And as you're doing that, Resby, when you're coming across the face of that, as long as you've got enough momentum for your thrown rock to make the move in, it's going to drag that other rock forward before it pushes it sideways. So.
So it is Caitlin McPherson to draw the top for one, and roll on for two. Makes the contact, but does not get that roll she was looking for. Need to curl just a little bit more.
Yep.
Okay, that's okay.
But does stop for the single point, and it is a 4-2 score. Buckhalter of West St. Paul over McPherson of Gimli. That is at the end of 5, and we will take the 5th end break. Back with you in a few moments' time.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling. Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Eyes, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba sports ticket raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum. Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Women of the Rings Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Today's sponsor, RME, right by you.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game. Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Eyes, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba sports ticket raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out, and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, you know, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together. Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling. It is the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Curling Championships, the women's division, a B-side game on the women's side, the triple knockout women's side, the Buckhalter team from West St. Paul with a 4-2 lead. Caitlin McPherson attempting the rub and roll with her last shot on the fifth end, an attempt to put a second stone on the rings. Didn't quite succeed. But a real good attempt and an indication that the are prepared to try to be creative in their attempt to get back into the game down to without the hammer.
And, you know, down 2 at this point in the game, you know, that's not the end of the world, Resby. There's still, you know, a good half of the game to go. Lots of time with these games now 10 ends, where, you know, a lot of the events that they probably play in, you know, the MGCT and other different events. I know the Sun Life Junior Challenge, they're 8 ends. So this gives them a couple more ends to have a little bit more breathing room and mount the comeback. So.
Set it out a little bit. Line's better. Line's better.
Certainly no need for panic. If you can force the other guys to take one, or if you can steal one and then force them to take one.
That's right.
Sliding into the rings, though, early in the end is not really part of the formula. You want to be short of the rings, so you've got that guard to work with while it's still protected.
That's right. Yeah. Don't want them moving them if they don't. They're out in that free guard zone. It gives you that opportunity that they can't touch it and build an end a little bit quicker.
Going to roll wide to the corner as it hangs on for a biter.
Biter on the edge.
That always effective sweeping behind the rock. A lot of us do it, and it works once in a while.
Yeah. Looks like it worked in that case. So.
It did so. Robin Bushell is the second on the McPherson team.
Looks like a little better weight coming down. This one's going to end up out in front of the house, which is what they want. A couple of guards somewhere close to that center line that they can hopefully hide behind a little later on.
2-point lead. The call is pretty automatic to try to peel the guard.
You don't usually like to hear "oh my" when you're the one throwing the rock, and it still works out. She hits a nice little hit, tick. Peels it out. Still did the trick, made it go away, and the McPherson team's gonna.
Yeah. I like the guard. I think again. We got a steal.
Now that would have been my call too, but it looked like Caitlin was going to try and hit the one on the corner.
I think we played that on mine. I think put the guard up on score. Sure.
I would tend to agree with this shot more than playing the hit at this point.
Well, among the downsides to playing the hit, if you don't stick over there, the other guys are going to go around that corner guard.
That's right.
Georgia's rock.
Running a little bit.
And then because you're trying to steal, throwing up the another center guard makes them waste another shot trying to remove it or get it out of the play. And who knows? You kind of hope you get a nose hit. They miss. So.
Or the near miss, or the miss, which they had the near miss on the last peel.
That's right.
I like it.
But she's changed gears.
She has. So they're going to try and come around the corner guard. As we watch that rock come down, though, Resby, I just want to kind of mention, we talked about the co-ops coming on as the sponsor. Events like this also don't happen without the valued support from a lot of the local sponsors as well. So just want to kind of run down the major sponsor, which is me and Haddad, and they're our diamond sponsor for the event. Our gold sponsors are Meridian and Greenstone. Our silver sponsor, Armtech Inc., and our bronze sponsors, Balin Steel Buildings and Inventronics. Without the local support from businesses like those, it's really hard to put on and run these events. So just want to toss out a great thank you to those people for coming on board as well.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Well, you're right, and then the level of sponsorship also goes down a level, or maybe maybe this is actually up a level when you look at the jackets of these young people and all of the people who are helping them compete, travel a little bit, and so on. To a fair degree, they'll all be relatively low level in terms of actual dollars, and yet they're also all or not all, but mostly relatively small local businesses for whom a $500 or $1,000 sponsorship is a significant decision, and you have to be appreciative of the sponsorship that allows the competitors to hone their skills and in order to be able to compete in an event like this.
Oh, no doubt, Resby, and that is such a good sight to see with the sponsorship and the support that these teams do get from their local sponsors, and it does because it's not cheap when you're traveling. You're staying in hotels on weekends and running events, and just food. Everything kind of adds up, and. So it's nice to be able to have that support because it does make it easier for these teams to compete, and that's the only way you're going to get better is by competing in events and being in events like this as well. So
the wonderful draw behind by the McPherson team.
Go for the run. Yep. Good try.
Runs by one of the you make the comment about competing in order to gain the experience, and these two young teams are both the perfect example of that. I mentioned early on that these were the finalists in the under 18 championship, and so realistically you say the under 18 is their level of expertise, and yet they gained that experience playing in a provincial final. And here they are now in the U21, and full value for their participation, both contenders.
Exactly. And it's interesting. We get to see some of these kids curling. We run at the Brandon Club here. We run a junior bonspiel, the Sun Life Junior Challenge, which is we get a lot of these same teams here. And we try to also bring some different competition for them, where a lot of the MGCT teams and those events, they're playing against the same teams all the time. So with the Junior Challenge, what we try to do is bring in teams from outside the province, give all these kids, the Manitoba kids, an opportunity to play against some teams that they wouldn't normally play against. And the level of competition that we see with those teams, some of them are back 2 or 3 years in a row, and we really see the growth in our event with these teams.
That event was over a decade old, is it not? I mean, I know there was a wrinkle during the COVID years, as there was with everything, but
yep.
But what is it? 10, 12 years old that that event has happened?
2011 was the first one. So we're 13 years into this thing.
Yep.
So
nice.
Yeah.
You've seen some fine young curlers in those years.
We have, and it's interesting. We've got one of our committee members that every year this time of year, when there's things like the Scotties going on and the Brier and the Worlds and those kind of things, he sits down and he sends a text to the rest of us on the committee and going, here's how many players played in the Sun Life Junior Challenge. And
wow.
At the world level, and there's teams, we get U.S. teams. Typically we'll get the U.S. junior national teams up here. So you get to the Worlds, and there's U.S. players that have played in the Junior Challenge here. There's Saskatchewan players that are now representing their province that have played here. There's teams out of Ontario and Alberta. So it's really neat. It's really neat.
So facing a couple of Yellowstones, the McPherson team elects to throw a draw around their long center guard. Sean, that was either a very bold call or a panic call, and I'm inclined to think of it as a bold call.
Yeah, I would say it was a bold call going into there.
Didn't quite make it for Shotstone, but is almost fully buried.
And on that line that it was on, if she has another, even 2 feet of weight, it sneaks into the forefoot, actually gets over buried a little bit, and makes trying to get at it even harder, because that hole coming through if you're a right-hander, coming through the outturned side is a little tighter. So she wasn't that far off making a fantastic shot.
But Buckhalter will try to follow and tap it back. Throwing her out turn, the left-hander's out turn.
She looks like she's got a nice shot coming, Resby. She gets by.
Does get by. Have the weight to push it right through the floor. Yes, she does. Leaves second shot, however, and now a hit and roll to the center line. Leaves McPherson line too, if she can just make this roll.
And if she makes this hit and roll, then I think she's done her job for this end, because it'll force Buchalter into either a draw for one, or she ends up stealing. So I'm not sure that Karis can get more than one this end.
Job one, however, is to hit the Yellowstone.
Ooh, it's got some curling to do. This might not work out the way they want. So I take back my comment about I don't think there's a way to make to this end.
That was unanticipated. There's a question here now of whether or not a draw to the 4-foot with back 4-foot weight can actually rub and roll a third rock onto the 8-foot circle.
I think you have to throw control to get through that.
Oh, they're going to play the out-turn hit through the port.
I think we need it, yeah. I don't think you can get to it with bump, but you need control. If not, we're just getting one, and that's so good. We're getting cozy to that red, okay? Like the center line guard.
Well, this is that spot that I talked about several different times, but every time it's been the out turn. This happens to be the in turn side for Skip Karis Buckhalter. And I say that because people do tend to throw their in turn differently than they throw their out.
For sure. Looks like she's got a really nice shot here. It's just a matter, and sticks around.
Is a hit for 1, 2, 3, and that biter for 4. All of a sudden doubles the score from 4-2 up to 8-2 after 6 ends. We'll be back with end number 7 in a moment.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Women of the Rings Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Today's sponsor, RME, right by you.
A dramatic change in our game in the B-side of our Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Women's Championship. The left-hander, Karis Buckhalter, throws that nice in-turn hit through the port to score a 4. Doubles the score, 8-2 now, and barring some major misses that would look to be en route to victory. But the McPherson team can't think of it that way. The McPherson team's got to think about it as to how do we score a 2, hopefully a 3, and get back into this game.
Exactly. It's a matter of keeping a number of rocks up front and trying to get something you can hide behind. And definitely multiple this end is important. If I kind of look around the rink again, Stewart and Van Rysel, they just finished the 7th end. I don't see what's happened there, but after 6, they were all tied at 5. Ooh, Van Rysel just picked up a 3 to go up 8-5. And after 6 ends, our A-side final shows Hayward taking 2 in the 6th end to go up 5-2 in that game. After 7, the Allen and Buckhalter game is at a 7-6 for Allen. They've been kind of trading ones the last few ends. And on the Brown and Patton game, Brown is sneaking away on that one, scoring another 3 points in the sixth end to go up 9-3.
So mentioned earlier that Dundas and Hayward game is the game between the top two seeds in the junior women's competition. Hayward herself had a remarkable curling career in just 1 year last year. Sean, you and I would be envious of the fact that she won 3 Manitoba titles and a Canadian title all in one season. As I say, that's a remarkable curling career, not just a good year.
No kidding. Yeah, not a bad year at all. And actually, a lot of people would love to have that as a career. You're right.
But she was the U18, the U21 champion, the U18 Canadian champion, and Manitoba mixed champion with 2 young men who are playing in the Brier this week. Ryan Weeb and Ty DeLello. Ryan playing third for Ontario, Ty DeLello skipping Newfoundland.
Okay. Now, if that doesn't want to make you keep curling as you get older, I don't know what would, Risby.
Absolutely. And then when you get old enough, just the absolute joy of the game is enough reason to keep on playing.
That's right.
So we're going to see a build up this end. My guess is a McPherson 2 or 3 or several for the other guys.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a lot of hits by the McPherson team in this end. I think they're going to be trying to keep as many rocks in play and hopefully keep their rocks in front of the Buckhulver rocks so that they've got something to play against and to keep shot rocks kind of protected. So.
Robin Bushell plays second for the Caitlin McPherson team. This is her second stone of this end.
Okay, curl if you can. Okay.
It will slide deep of the tee.
I don't have any of it. I like this. Worst case, you're heavy. I just don't love the peel. Okay, I just don't like it there. I know, but if you peel, they're just hitting. I guess so. I like top 4. We're 1. Okay.
Well, we'll see how this turns out, but it's interesting to think we don't like to play the peel here.
Exactly. It was an interesting discussion. That's why I kind of didn't chime in at that point. It was interesting just to let the girls talk it out. And to be honest with you, I think I probably would have preferred the peel.
Okay, we gotta nose this. We have to nose it. Yeah. Curl!
Because I'm not sure you really have to worry about the McPherson team hitting too much at this point.
And you have left them that guard that they can continue to play behind.
Exactly. Because they will ignore those other rocks until it comes down to probably skip rocks. and then, you know, hopefully have some rocks in play, whether they're second or whether they're third shot. At least they're in play, and hopefully you have a shot at the shot rock to pick up a multiple.
But once again, they slide deep of the tee line. May or may not be shot stone, but it really doesn't matter when it's back that far in the forefoot.
That's right.
Third Ainsley card.
Just going to try and freeze down to that one, and by doing so nullify the two red rocks. Not sure it's going to get over there quite enough. Not bad. But still leaves an opportunity, Resby, just to, you know, Caitlin's indicating trying to hit and roll in front. I don't even mind just trying to draw down into that pocket.
I think that's a positive alternative for sure. Keep both of them behind your rock.
Exactly.
Because you can remove them both with one shot. On the other hand, you can make that shot and lie two.
Lie two. What do we know?
Exactly.
Yeah, the way that turned out, it actually worked out really well.
That red on the tee line did roll wide open. The Buckhalter team didn't really look at it before they made the draw call.
And you know, and that it's wide open enough they could have made that hit and roll, and kind of accomplished the same thing of this, but at the same time taking away one of the rocks from the McPherson team. Now, if she happens to make this freeze down in here, it does the trick as well. I'm not sure it's going to move enough, though.
Comes to rest as third shot stone.
Biting, that's fine.
We just don't want to be heavy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Now they're going to want to come. I think you want to tuck this one at least partially buried behind that center red guard. I don't know if you want to be fully buried, because then it still leaves Buckhalter the opportunity to come and draw to the back one. But if you can tuck a corner of it, still come to the top 4 foot, tuck a corner around it, it does make Karis' shot a little tougher on her last one.
First stone of the end for Caitlin McPherson.
Always, Robin. Hey, whoa.
Always
better
straight.
What area is this team? Okay, line's good. Yep. Yep. Gotta go. Yep. Hard, gotta go. Hard line. Hard, gotta go. Hard, yep. Hard, gotta go. Hard, yep. Gotta go.
If she's got the weight, her line looks really good.
Wanted another 2 feet of ice, or 2 feet of weight.
2 feet of weight would have been nice. Yeah.
right? Okay. I just feel drawn.
So she'll draw facing 2.
I like even if we
McPherson has last rock.
yeah, touch less. I think the line is actually okay.
I'm actually still a little surprised, Risby, that they haven't gone over and looked at that rock in the 8-foot.
Don't appear to have, I certainly haven't paid any attention to it. May not even really have noticed it.
Yeah.
But if they are right back to the stones in the back of the 8-foot, as shot rock, they're forcing a single.
Yeah. But if it sits out like it looks like it's doing, it could leave a double. Yeah. So is there a double there for? Well,
I think that the yellow sitting on the tee in your name there at the left is probably out counting both of the reds in the 12-foot. So
right,
she's just got to get nose hit here for 3.
For 3.
Which is what we said at the start of the end they needed to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
If I stay, yeah.
Final stone here in the 7th end. McPherson down 6 has the opportunity to cut the lead in half with a nose hit.
Oh my goodness. I think she's on the front one, Risby.
And does leave that steal of 1 for now a 9-2 lead. Buckhalter over McPherson. We'll be back with the 8th end of this game in just a moment. Or maybe we'll just stay here for a moment and while the team decides
what's
if there is to be an 8th end.
A little conference at the hog line. Looks
Our
like
decision to wait was appropriate. They have made the concession 9-2. Interesting game, Sean Taylor. Not nearly a 9-2 score, you know. Obviously a 9-2 score, but not a 9-2 game in any way. It was 4-2 at the break, and that 4-ender, a brilliant shot by Karis Buckhalter through that port. A shot that I suggest a right-hander might not have been able to make, certainly not as routinely as the left-hander was able to.
I agree, because that left-hander shot will tend to move a little more, and she made a great shot coming through that port to get her 4, which really kind of set the game apart right there.
So that does end the game at 9-2 of Team Buckhalter over Team McPherson. Buckhalter wins the rubber match of a 3-game set against McPherson, 2 in the U18 championships where they split, 1 here, the win by Buckhalter. So we'll be back with you tomorrow. We will have the 8:30 game on the junior men's side. Owen Gerard and his Brandon team playing Zach Norris. Norris, curling out of the Morris Curling Club, has a 3-1 record, shares the lead in the men's division with Nash Sugden, the U18 champion. Noon, a C side, a game on the women's championship division, and then at 4 o'clock, Ryland Campbell and Jace Freeman. Jace Freeman is at 2-2 at this moment in time, and needs a win. Ryland Campbell is at I don't have that one written down.
He's at 1 and
2. He is
1 or 2.
He's played one less game. That's one of the downsides to an odd number of teams. They don't always have equal numbers of games to compare but Ryland Campbell in a must-win situation in that game with Jace Freeman, who was the number 1 seed. And then at 7:45 tomorrow, again, a C Division game. Sean Taylor, thank you very much for being with me. Pleasure working with you, and perhaps we'll get to do it again tomorrow.
I think we've got a couple somewhere along the line here, Resby, that we're going to be working together. So again, enjoyed it. Appreciate working with you.
And thank you to our viewers for joining us from the Brandon Curling Club, the Co-ops of Manitoba Junior Provincial Championships. Resby Coots, Sean Taylor, good night.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon and Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project, all delivered right to your door. McMahon and Yates, make it better.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice. And pizza choice. And salad choice. And so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon and Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, McMahon and Yates. Make it better.
Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, that's real good.
New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without broom caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. The kids and even adults, they didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba sports ticket raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MBCurlMuseum. Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba, proud sponsors of Manitoba Junior Curling.